welcome to Live at 4 on this windy Wednesday. I hope it wasn't garbage day at your house.
No, exactly. It doesn't really feel like a day to be out planting or in the garden, but Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is going to be here today. We're going to carve some pumpkins and take your calls.
I always love the pumpkin carving segments. All right, first though, here's what's making news on this Wednesday. The Circuit Court judges has temporarily blocked Governor Evers' limit on social gatherings around the state.
It's day one of an emergency COVID-19 hospital at the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds. We'll tell you how doctors plan to use the facility.
And an investigation is underway at Devil's Lake State Park after a body was found this afternoon.
Here's what we know right now about that order from Sawyer County Circuit Court Judge John Yackel. It temporarily blocks an order from Governor Evers that limits the number of people inside of a bar, restaurant, or other indoor places to 25%. Judge Yackel also set a court date for Wisconsin Democrats and Republicans on Monday to argue the case. The Tavern League of Wisconsin sued the Evers administration yesterday, arguing that the order amounted to a, quote, de facto closure. Democratic Congressman Mark Pocan says state lawmakers should work to help small businesses and not undermine Governor Evers' work to slow the spread of COVID-19.
I understand small businesses are hurting, and that's why the governor very rightfully put more money out for small businesses, including taverns and restaurants and others who are greatly affected. But we've got to do something to protect the people of Wisconsin at times of record numbers of COVID cases. And I really think it's a mistake to do anything to stop those measures that'll protect the people.
The judge's decision will not impact Dane County. Public Health Madison Dane County health officials have put their own order in place, which is more restrictive. In Dane County, restaurants are limited to an indoor dine-in capacity of 25% of approved seating capacity levels with physical distancing between parties. Indoor mass gatherings are limited to 10 people or less, and outdoor mass gatherings are limited to 25 people or less.
But elsewhere, bar and restaurant owners say they're relieved to know the order is blocked, allowing them to continue following local ordinances. In Rock County, this means bars and restaurants can stay operating at 50%, which owners say still only allows them to break even. While Rock County has seen record high coronavirus cases over the last 2 weeks, local business owners say a 25% restriction could have forced them to close.
The tough part is I do have to balance it. I have a family, I have overhead here, and if this goes under, you know, my family doesn't have a home, my family doesn't have food on the table. And so we have to balance public safety with the reality that we have to survive this also.
Owner Matt Keeley says the state cannot rely on a one-size-fits-all plan when it comes to limiting capacity. We'll have the latest from Rock County tonight at 6.
Close to another 3,000 COVID-19 cases were announced by Wisconsin health officials today. Our state is hovering around 160,000 lifetime cases of the virus. 21 more people have lost their lives due to COVID-19 in Wisconsin. Meanwhile, state health officials are pleading with people to take precautions to stop the spread.
This as the new field hospital is ready to start accepting patients at State Fair Park. Eric Franke is here with more on that. Eric?
Mark and Susan, it's staffed, starting with about 50 workers. Now, that includes everything from physicians to social workers, 50 beds to start. They'll start getting those patients in there tomorrow. And with that, from there, the capacity will go to 530 beds. Mostly, this will be for recovering COVID patients to make room in regular hospitals for more severe patients and also those who have medical needs unrelated to COVID in the regular hospitals. On mass gatherings, state health officials who see the soaring case numbers, they are literally begging people to take things seriously.
The order is in place because we are in crisis in the state, and mass gatherings are not a helpful way for us to stop the spread of the virus. And so, order or no order, I strongly encourage people in this state to avoid any type of mass gathering, wear your mask, stay 6 feet apart, and stay home if you are ill.
Now, the field hospital is already taking calls from hospitals and health systems about how they can get their patients to them. And DHS also says they're bringing in the Army Corps of Engineers again to look at a second or possibly third field hospital. And that includes acting on plans from last spring at Alliant Energy Center. Dane County's latest hospitalization count, 78, also a new high since the pandemic started. Susan?
Eric, thank you. The pharmaceutical company Eli Lilly has announced a pause in clinical trials for a coronavirus drug. This comes after Johnson & Johnson Johnson paused its global vaccine trial. Both companies say safety is taking priority over speed. The National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases said Tuesday that the Eli Lilly trial was halted following a recommendation from the Independent Data and Safety Monitoring Board, and that the trial will be on hold until October 26th at the earliest. CBS News medical contributor Dr. David Agus says these types of pauses are routine.
This is nothing to cause great concern. I think it should be the opposite, is the public should look and say, oh, this is amazing that they're really taking every safety issue to heart and looking deeply before restarting the trial, which in almost all cases they have done.
The pauses come as the need for COVID treatment grows, with a rise in new cases in 37 states. A key driver, as you just heard, are gatherings at places like family events. News 3 Now and Channel 3000 will continue to monitor the latest update on the coronavirus and the response from lawmakers. You can find the latest case numbers and messages from health officials on our website, channel3000.com.
To the weather now. Let's take a look outside. This kind of tells the story today. Kind of windy out there. The weather words are a chill in the air. A chill in the air.
Yes, that's exactly what we're looking at.
Here's Dana.
The wind in the air, chill on the way. Also, it's going to be a little cooler as we look ahead to tomorrow. This wind, thanks to a front that's building in. We have some showers passing through our area. Much of the rain right now is north of Dane County. Otherwise, just windy and a little cloudy outside. Temperature is pretty close to average. We're in the mid to upper 60s. Not too bad this afternoon if you take the wind out of the equation. Those wind speeds generally been about 10 to 20 miles per hour, with wind gusts getting into the 20s, even close to 30 miles per hour in Platteville. So a very windy afternoon. Again, the wind will be dying down behind the front a little bit, but then it's going to get a little cooler outside. As far as traffic is concerned, right now we aren't seeing any major delays along the roads. No accidents to report. All should be good through Dane and Rock County. From Janesville to the Beltline, 27 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and Sun Prairie to downtown, about 9 minutes on this very gusty evening.
All right, Dana, thank you. We are waiting for an update from the Department of Natural Resources after a person was found dead at Devil's Lake State Park. Sauk County officials tell us they got a call around 11:30 this morning from someone at the park about a person who was dead or severely injured. The park is closed while authorities continue the investigation, and we'll update this story on Channel 3000 and News 3 Now at 5 and 6.
The race for the White House has entered the home stretch. There are just 20 days remaining until the election on November 3rd, and the candidates are making their final pitches to undecided voters, especially older voters in swing states. This morning, President Trump delivered a remote speech to a group of economic clubs, including ones in Florida, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. The president will travel to Iowa this evening for a rally at the Des Moines airport. As many as 10,000 people are expected to attend despite the state's rising number of coronavirus cases.
The choice facing America is simple. It's the choice between historic prosperity under my pro-American policies or very crippling poverty and a steep depression under the radical left.
The only senior that Donald Trump cares about, the only senior is the senior Donald Trump.
Last night, the president tweeted a photoshopped image showing Biden in what appeared to be a nursing home. It was captioned, "Biden for Resident." The second presidential debate was supposed to be held tomorrow night. It was canceled because President Trump refused to debate remotely after his COVID-19 diagnosis. The candidates are instead going to hold separate televised town hall meetings.
Judge Amy Coney Barrett faced a second round of questioning at her Supreme Court confirmation hearings. Members of the Senate Judiciary Committee pressed Barrett on the Affordable Care Act and the powers of the president. Skylar Henry is on Capitol Hill with more.
Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett took the hot seat for her final day of questioning. For the second day in a row, she was pressed on the Affordable Care Act and whether the landmark health care law can stand if parts of it are struck down.
I think the doctrine of severability, as it's been described by the court, serves a valuable function of trying not to undo your work when you wouldn't want a court to undo your work.
Judge Barrett continued to offer few clues about how she'd rule from the bench on key issues, but she did give her views on the powers of the executive and judicial branches.
Do you agree that a president must follow a court order and the Supreme Court word is final?
as a matter of law, the Supreme Court may have the final word, but the Supreme Court lacks control over what happens after that.
Judge Barrett also pushed to differentiate herself from her mentor, the late Justice Antonin Scalia, while defending her originalist interpretation of the law.
I assure you I have my own mind. I share his philosophy, but I have never said that I would always reach the same outcome as he did.
Committee Republicans and Democrats expressed polar opposite views on what it would mean for Barrett to be confirmed to the High Court.
This is the first time in American history that we've nominated a woman who's unashamedly pro-life and embraces her faith without apology, and she's going to the court.
Your confirmation may launch a new chapter of conservative judicial activism, unlike anything we've seen in decades.
A committee vote on Barrett's nomination is scheduled for Thursday. Democrats are expected to request a hold, pushing that vote to next week. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Following Judge Barrett's questioning, Democrats have a slate of witnesses scheduled to testify against her nomination to the Supreme Court.
Well, today is the last day to register to vote online or by mail for the November election. The Wisconsin Elections Commission says you can still register later in your clerk's office or at the polls on Election Day. To register online, you will need a Wisconsin driver's license or a state ID card, and your address on file with the Wisconsin DMV must be current. Voters who have questions about voter registration can visit myvote.wi.gov. And still to come at 4, outdoor dining has kept many restaurants afloat this summer, but what about this winter?
We'll show you what some restaurants are doing to keep the customers coming as the weather gets colder. We'll have that story when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
I worked for 47 years. Donald Trump, he's talking about messing with my Social Security. Them guys think it's monopoly money? No, it's our money. We work for it. You don't get to play with my finances. You don't get to play with my security for my family. Joe Biden looks out for the little guy. He understands what seniors are going through. I think he's going to keep Social Security safe. We need to get Biden in there to protect it.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now get a built Ford Tough F-150 XLT with $10,272 in total savings.
We aren't radical, so why would we want one representing us in Madison? Chris Marion is an extreme partisan liberal who's just fine with calling political opponents Nazis, dictators, and enemies. And Chris Marion wants to take more of your paycheck, too. Marion supports eliminating levy limits, causing property taxes to skyrocket, crushing families as they try to recover. And Marion backs the radical Green New Deal that will cost trillions, destroy jobs, and increase taxes. Chris Marion, just too radical.
Here at Harker Heating and Cooling of Madison, we are proudly celebrating over 70 years of excellence. A lot can change in 70 years, but some things never do, like our commitment to providing our customers with 100% satisfaction every single day. When you make that call to Harker, you can be rest assured that a team of qualified, trustworthy, skilled individuals are ready to address your home service concerns. Harker Heating and Cooling, your hometown heroes for over 70 years.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Wild thing.
You know what I think? I think you owe us $48.50. Wild thing.
If you ride, you get it. Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
There is an uptick in new coronavirus cases around the country as Election Day approaches.
That has many voters worried about how to safely cast their ballots. Election officials around the country are reporting a record number of requests for absentee ballots. But because that may not be an option for everyone, Dr. Kritika Kupali with the Infectious Diseases Society of America helped develop guidelines for safe in-person voting.
It's not about Election Day. It's what we do in the days and the weeks prior to the election. We need everybody to play a role in trying to help decrease the rates of community transmission.
While states have different laws, Dr. Kupali recommends voting early to avoid long lines, make sure you wear a mask, and try to maintain social distancing, something that voters in Georgia, as you may have heard, already witnessed is difficult. Dr. Kupali says polling locations need to be vigilant to keep voters healthy. Well, the hard-hit restaurant industry expects to lose around $240 billion in sales this year.
Thousands of restaurants have begun outdoor dining to keep their doors open. Some of them are now getting creative to keep diners warm and safe as the winter turns colder. Already, ailing businesses are spending thousands of dollars on outdoor heaters, complimentary blankets for diners, and outdoor greenhouses. The pandemic is forcing owners to think outside the box, or in some cases, outside the bubble.
I can tell you that with everything going on in this world, eating in a bubble is about one of the best experiences you can have.
In Detroit, the East Eats restaurant is taking that experience to a whole new level by installing about a dozen insulated domes. In Chicago, Mayor Lori Lightfoot asked the public to submit ideas for a winter dining challenge. Among the winners, these cozy cabins and heated tables. One important note is that those insulated domes can protect diners from the cold. They are not proven to protect you from the coronavirus. Stocks continue to drop as hopes of a stimulus before the election dim further. The Dow Industrials lost 165 points, ending the day at 28,514. The Nasdaq fell 95, and the S&P 500 was off 23.
Well, former News 3 Now editorial director Neil Heinen retired last month, as you probably heard, but promised to make an appearance or two on the station every once in a while.
There he is.
Yeah.
He's back for a special segment today with State Representative Lisa Subeck. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you. Hello, Mark and Susan.
Good
nice
to see you both.
Again.
So, Lisa, what do you have for us?
Well, thank you for having us both here today. When we in the legislature heard that Neil Heinen was retiring, we felt like we really wanted to do something to honor Neil and his legacy. I'm glad that I can bring him back to the station for this appearance. But so my colleagues here in the Madison area and I put together a citation for Neil, commending him on the career he's had, congratulating him on his retirement, and most importantly, Neil, thank you for your dedicated service to the Madison community, both in your role at Channel 3 and with Madison Magazine, bringing public information and editorial content and public affairs to the forefront, but also for all of the incredible work that you've done in the community with the Schools of Hope initiative, helping with community projects and helping move things forward here in the city of Madison. We just are so grateful and so impressed by the legacy that you have built and the groundwork that you've laid to keep those things going forward. And we wanted to thank you. Ordinarily, we would be in the same place and I would have a plaque that I'd be presenting you with. The plaque does exist, complete with whereas
I have
clauses.
the plaque, Lisa, here it is.
Excellent, excellent. So Neil, you will be receiving the plaque. One of my staff will be arranging to drop it off so that you will have that. But ordinarily we would get together and thank you in person. But since we couldn't do that, I'm here to speak for my Madison colleagues and say thank you so much and to present you with the citation.
Nicely worded.
Beautifully said, Lisa. Beautiful.
Thank you so much, Representative Subeck. I mean, coming from you, that means a lot to me. And as you know, I mean, my work was a representation of the station and the editorial board's belief in the role that government plays in our community. It's what I heard from citizens for 40 years, that they care about government. And we just need to keep connected, right? I mean, we need to remember that we are all in this together. And I know that's become a trite phrase, but when it comes to democracy, it's citizens and government and institutions like media that have to work on this together. So I've enjoyed all of the work that I've done with you and your colleagues, even though I think I probably chided you at times. It was simply a belief that government's important, and we need good government, and we need good government. So this is very generous of you. I really appreciate it very much.
Congratulations, Neil. Lisa, thank you for your time and effort.
Thank you to everyone at Channel 3. And again, Neil, thank you.
Thanks very much, Lisa.
Good to see you, Neil.
Yeah, now we have an excuse to see you. You have to come and get your hardware. Representative Subek, thank you so much. Great to see you both.
There's more to come before holiday shopping has begun, with Christmas still 10 weeks away.
You can thank Amazon and other big box stores for the early season. We'll have more on that coming up later on Live at 4.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Get the lowest prices of the season at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Find a huge selection of clearance and floor sample appliances at savings the competition can't match. Plus, no interest financing for up to 18 months and quick delivery on in-stock items. Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Ask about $100 off a complete pair, frame and lenses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. What does free mean? No cost, right? We've all seen ads about free things included with your purchase. Free carpet pad or installation with your carpet, free love seat with your sofa, 2 window blinds for the price of 1. But we know better, right? At McGann's, free means free. Free delivery and setup with purchases of $500 or more within 50 miles of Baraboo. Shop McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
We took a bad economy that was falling and turned it around. Trump took a good economy and drove it back into the ditch. Through his failure to get COVID under control, his failure to deliver real relief to working people. Does he not understand and see the tens of millions of people who've had to file for unemployment this year so far? The people who lost wages while the cost of groceries have gone up dramatically? Donald Trump has been almost singularly focused on the stock market, the Dow and NASDAQ. Not you, not your families. My plan will help create at least 5 million new, good-paying jobs and create them right here in the United States of America. Let's use this opportunity to take bold investments in American industry and innovation so that the future is made in America. I'll be laser focused on working families. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
It's the Quick Ship Mattress Sale of the Season at Ashley Home Store. Get your best night's sleep faster than any other store in Wisconsin and find unbeatable doorbusters like these. Plus, interest-free financing for up to 6 years while they last at Ashley Home Store.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Well, take a look at this.
Jump. Come on.
All right. All right.
Oh, that looks like it might hurt. Editing guru Alex Dzorsky, the special effects wizard, is at it again, showing off his impressive skills that appear to cross dimensions. He loves a good loop and changes spots as the editing trickery continues. Alex is an Adobe Premiere and After Effects instructor, and you can see why in this creative video.
This is the same guy we've had on the floor before, right?
Yeah. It seems to go through dimensions. I don't know how they do that.
I don't either. I'd love to learn.
Dana,
Very cool.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think we could do that live at 4 style.
Yeah.
You guys like bouncing back and forth.
Yeah. We could do like switch. We could be over there.
Yeah. Nice little rotation.
Good idea.
That's a good idea.
It's kind of blustery out there today.
Y'all, it is windy. Yes, it was a little windy outside. They have a cold front passing through, and then it's going to get a little cooler by the end of the week and the weekend. Take a closer look at your 10-day right after the break.
You were always the responsible one, so much like me, always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you, my lovely daughter.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. And trust your heart to Entresto.
Have some home projects on your list? Whether it's a fix now or fix up down the road, count on Home Advisor's trusted local pros to get the job done right. It's easy to schedule, check prices, and pay for all your home projects. So get the Home Advisor app and we'll do everything to fix your everything.
It's no secret, Robertson is Wisconsin's aesthetic leader. But with results this natural, patients can keep it a secret if they want. Our secret to reducing stubborn body fat? Cool Sculpting. Book a free consultation to learn how Cool Sculpting is different at Robertson.
Here's what you need to know. Joe Biden will not raise taxes on anyone making under $400,000. Biden will get rid of Trump's tax giveaways for the super wealthy and make big corporations finally pay their fair share. Biden will use those savings to help working families and seniors, investing in lowering healthcare costs, improving education, and protecting Social Security and Medicare. Biden's plan. Corporations pay more. You benefit.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
So we've had quite a cloudy and windy day this afternoon and this evening. Tomorrow is going to get a little cooler outside. Behind these windy conditions, that cold front passing through brings some cooler temperatures in. Frost likely as we look ahead to Friday morning and the weekend. Could possibly see our hard freeze to really cut off the end of the growing season early Friday. And we do have a few more rain chances mixing in through the rest of the weekend, into the weekend, even into next week. So these cloudy, kind of fally, drizzly days, they're going to keep popping up in the 10-day. Right now, much of the rain is north of Dane County. Wind speeds still in that 10 to 20 mile per hour range. Again, wind gusts have been picking up into the 20s. So it is windy outside. Keep that in mind if you have to head out anywhere for this evening. Early Thursday morning, temperatures will be in the mid to low 40s for overnight lows, and afternoon highs will be quite a bit cooler outside. We'll be stopping in the low 50s for afternoon highs for Thursday. Early Friday, high temperatures will be near freezing, so it's likely we're going to have widespread frost throughout southern Wisconsin. And then in the afternoon. Cloudy skies with a slight chance for some showers developing later in the day. The better chance for rain will start to build in for the weekend. We do have an alert day in the forecast for Friday morning right now because of that widespread frost, and we do have that hard freeze again, completely bringing our growing season to an end. That's possible for early Friday. Temperature trends 6 to 10 days out and 8 to 14 days out. Very likely we will be trending below average, with some cooler air settling in and sticking around for a little bit. Tomorrow, 52 for the high, breezy and cooler outside, but we are going to get the sunshine back. Partly sunny for Friday with that slight chance for some isolated light showers in the afternoon. A better opportunity for showers Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Each of those days, there will be the opportunity early in the morning and again at night to maybe see some flurries mixing in with the rainfall coming down, as temperatures will be dropping into the mid to low 30s for overnight lows. And by next week, highs will be staying close to or below 50.
Just a few flurries.
Just a few.
Nothing to shovel.
Uh-oh, she didn't answer.
Oh, no. Flurries. Just a few flurries. No.
Okay.
No, I brought the snowblower. It's a 2-auger. I'm ready to go.
Just emphasis for emphasis. All right.
Thanks, Dana.
Moving on. Tonight, the Amazing Race celebrates traveling an amazing 1 million miles when the 32nd race kicks off from the iconic Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles.
The latest edition of the Emmy Award-winning reality series, which was filmed prior to the global outbreak of coronavirus, features 11 new teams competing for the $1 million prize.
Take a look at this behind-the-scenes sneak peek for what you can expect.
This season, The Amazing Race hits 1 million miles.
And what better way to celebrate than with another globe-trotting adventure? 11 teams will test their relationships and physical capabilities when they hit the road in tonight's season premiere.
Welcome to the Hollywood Bowl and the start of your Amazing Race.
This season was shot before the coronavirus pandemic.
This is the time when we all really do want to escape, vicariously escape, see the world the way it was before coronavirus and the world that we all hope we'll get back to.
The 32nd season of The Amazing Race steps off tonight on CBS.
Here is the stuff of which fairy tales are made.
Season 4 of The Crown takes us into the life and death of Diana, Princess of Wales. Emma Corrin joins the cast as Princess Diana. Gillian Anderson plays Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. The Crown returns for Season 4, November 15th on Netflix. And since the audience can't go to see the New York Philharmonic, the show is coming to them on the sidewalks of New York City.
As we're closeted up in our homes, dealing with the storm that is current events, we need an outlet. We need a place to put our feelings. We need a place to feel safe.
The Philharmonic's last event was March.
And you can watch The Amazing Race tonight at 8 o'clock right here on WISC TV. One of my favorite shows.
Me too. And since we can't travel now, we'll just live vicariously through the racers.
And the shot before the pandemic.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with some pumpkin carving with Lisa Briggs.
Because talk is cheap. Let's look at what Joe Biden's done. During the last economic crisis, President Obama trusted Joe to lead the recovery and bring us back. Now he has the plan to do it again, to revive and reinvest in jobs and real help for middle-class families. He'll listen to experts to get control of the virus so we can build back even better. Joe Biden, a president to get it done. FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Each year, Americans waste $21 billion by overpaying on car insurance. That's why I went to thezebra.com. Because while every company claims to save you money on car insurance, the Zebra shows you who actually can. You can easily compare quotes from top providers all at once. With the Zebra, you can save up to $375 a year. No fees and no spammy phone calls. Because who needs that?
See what you can save. Compare car insurance for free at thezebra.com.
when Joe Biden wants an update on the virus, he calls on the nation's top health experts. Working together for all Americans is what Joe does. When writing his healthcare plan, Joe Biden worked with both doctors and patients to make healthcare affordable by lowering premiums, reducing drug costs, and protecting people with pre-existing conditions. Joe listened to both small business owners and workers to create his economic plan that cuts taxes for middle-class families, creates 18 million new jobs in his first term, and raises wages by as much as $15,000 a year. Joe Biden's plans will help working families immediately by making the super rich finally pay their fair share. For Joe, it's never been about ego. It's always been about the work he can do for working families. It's what he's always done. Joe Biden brings everyone to the table and gets it done.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Tonight at 5, one person was found dead at Devil's Lake State Park. Officials say it's being investigated as a possible homicide. Well, the latest from Sauk County at 5.
The weather will turn colder for the rest of the week. Frost is likely and a hard freeze is possible Friday morning. We could see a few flakes of snow by Sunday morning. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, there aren't enough contact tracers to meet the need in Wisconsin. A look at which phone calls don't make the cut and if this could be contributing to the state's rapidly increasing case numbers. That's tonight at 6.
There's a live look downtown, the UW Memorial Union Terrace. Kind of a gray afternoon at midweek here in Madison.
No, sort of mild, so not too bad.
Yeah, exactly. Temperatures are still okay. Well, Christmas is 10 weeks away, but the holiday shopping season is already underway.
Today is the second day of Amazon's big sale for Prime members. This is what holiday shopping used to look like, but the pandemic has more people pointing and clicking. Samantha Gordon with Consumer Reports says the coronavirus is a big reason why Amazon was overwhelmed with orders in the spring and summer when Americans shifted to even more online shopping as stores shut down.
You know, way back in the day, holiday shopping started with Black Friday weekend. And as online sales have grown, retailers have started pushing those sales earlier and earlier and earlier. And this year, they're going to start now.
And many people are ready to take advantage of the discounts. A survey from Retail Me Not found 75% of Americans prefer to do their holiday shopping online. 67% say they're searching for deals during the Prime days. That's more than Cyber Monday at 65% and Black Friday 59%. There are big price cuts on electronics, appliances, and home goods. There will be deeper discounts on toys in December, but shoppers who wait take a chance that the toy will be sold out or won't arrive on time. Meanwhile, Halloween is going to be unlike any other this year.
But that doesn't mean the family can't have a little fun with some pumpkins. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is on the backyard patio. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Hello. How are you guys?
Great. Lisa has some carving tips, and then in the next segment, she'll be taking your plant and gardening questions live.
We love this pumpkin segment.
I do too.
What do you got this year?
Hi. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about pumpkins in general. It seems like we have a really good supply, but they've been selling out really early, just like people are Christmas shopping early. I think they're Halloween shopping early as well. So get your pumpkins in the next week or so if you want to be able to find any. And I like to use a whole bunch of different kinds of tools when I carve. I've got brushes. I use tools for shaping clay, knives, of course, and my favorite things are linoleum block cutters. They have really sharp blades, but you can get a lot of dexterity with your cuts. So I just found out about this yesterday, so I did a couple of pumpkins this afternoon. When I see a hornet over here attracted to the pumpkin. So this one right here shows that you can cut all the way through, you know, the traditional way of carving a pumpkin. So I have a window here and a ghost coming out, and I'm allergic to hornets, so he can just like go away. And the ghost here, you can still see light from the candle through this part where you're just removing the rind, the skin of the pumpkin, and then we've got some letters. And I like to, because I'm so crazy about the stems, I like to open them up on the bottom. As long as you have some kind of open space in your carving, you'll be able to vent it, and so you won't smother the flame. It just looks nicer and sits better Because I like the stems because these are Susan's favorite. I know.
I do this every year because of you. The stem becomes the nose.
I know. So you can kind of look for something that has some face personality. So you guys had a really nice one right here. I might carve this one when I'm later.
Yeah, that is a good one. And you do the same thing. You carve out the hole on the bottom.
Right, and then I carve first, and then carve out the bottom and clean it out. For me, that's just easier.
That's a good idea. It'll sit better, too.
Yes.
It sits great.
And there are all other kinds of pumpkins that you can find now. They're actually types of squash, and they're not very carvable. Honestly, the rinds are really tough. You can't get your knife through it, or they're really warty, but they look really great combined with your carved pumpkin. So, you know, try something a little bit different. These will also stay looking really great, depending on what the weather does, sometimes till Thanksgiving, and then you can whack them with a machete and roast them in your oven and eat them for Thanksgiving dinner.
Those bumps on there, that's normal?
Yeah, this particular variety is made to have these sort of warts.
But that's one that has the tough skin that you can't carve.
Yeah, this would be really difficult to carve.
That looks so cool, doesn't it?
They're beautiful, aren't they?
They really are.
I love this blue one. I don't know what this one is. You guys had this out here, but this is really gorgeous.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
I know you put this with some mums or some kale.
I mean, I know
Your
Halloween
porch is good to go.
Halloween is a bust this year, but I don't know, it just makes you happy to do a little decorating and get in the spirit.
I did hear that some neighborhoods were doing porch decorating contests.
That's a good idea.
Where you would do your porch and then, or your yard, and then there'd be a little parade through the neighborhood, and then they would pick the best ones or their favorites, and there were prizes. I've heard about that in a couple neighborhoods.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea. All right, we're going to move on. Time to take your calls. 270-9933 if you have any plant or garden questions for Lisa. 270-9933. We'll get to your calls right after this.
Day in the middle of the Bruce Company Nursery. Miss Lisa Briggs joins me here today.
Hello, Emmy Fink.
It's one of my favorite times of year.
Mind you, this is my favorite season. I love the fall.
The weather is good, and no matter whether you're a good decorator or not, anybody can decorate for fall and make it look great.
That is true. All the people who say they have brown thumbs, anybody can put a pumpkin in a pot.
I know you want to talk about a couple of your little props.
So this one is a pumpkin called One Too Many. I think the story behind it is that the seeds are really prolific. So, and there were like gobs of these pumpkins. It's my favorite to carve. It looks gorgeous, and it's really super easy to carve. And we've got all sorts of great options for decorating inside, for decorating outside. There are corn stalks, beautiful mums and cabbages, decorative corn. And then for inside, we have these really cute, adorable little scarecrows that you can put on a stake. You can put it in a pot with a mum below it. Easy breezy.
So for everyone who wants to have a fun activity that you can do at home, maybe if you have some kids, you guys have a fantastic take-home kit.
Yes, we have a kit that's got some paints and some balloons, so all kinds of things that you could do to decorate pumpkins. And it also has some QR codes for demo videos.
Nice.
And there's also a sheet in there for a coloring contest, and the kiddos can win some really fun prizes like puzzles and family games. So fun for the whole family.
So stop in here and you can pick it up right in store.
Absolutely.
And beautify your space, whatever space you have, indoor, outdoor, front porch. Just make it pretty here at the Bruce Company. She's Lisa Briggs.
She's Emmy Fink.
That's right, and you're
buzzed into Madison.
And a girl.
You want to vote. It's important. You have strong reasons and you want to voice your opinion. But there are obstacles. Registering, the right ID, getting your ballot, and making it count. Start by calling the Voter Helpline, 608-285-2141 for help getting the obstacles out of your way. Or text Help Me Vote. It's free, it's not affiliated with any party, and you will be heard. Call today and be heard. Speak up and vote.
A service of the Voter ID Coalition with support from Dane County.
Donald Trump is lying about Medicare and Social Security. Trump's pushing to slash Medicare benefits. He's proposed eliminating the funding source for Social Security, a plan that would drain Social Security by 2023. Joe Biden will protect Medicare, and he's proposed a plan to increase Social Security benefits. The choice is clear. Donald Trump will cut Medicare and Social Security. Joe Biden will protect them.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Well, it's still a bit windy outside, but overall traffic conditions look pretty good throughout southern Wisconsin. We aren't seeing any delays along the Beltline. Downtown Madison actually looks pretty good for this time. The interstate's smooth all the way through Rock County. And from Janesville to the Beltline, we're at 26 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and Sun Prairie to downtown about 9 minutes this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. You are looking at slices of pink glow pineapples. Not yellow pineapple dyed pink. They grow like this. The Del Monte Fresh Produce exclusive just came out this week. This pretty and pink treat has been a work in progress. They started developing it back in 2005 and then got FDA approval in 2016. Apparently, they take 2 years to grow, and then they're hand-picked in what they call ultra-limited harvests on a select farm in Costa Rica.
Well.
So that means that, you guessed it, they're not cheap, $49 each. But Del Monte says the juice is worth the squeeze on your wallet.
I'm not sure I'd pay $49 for a pineapple.
They couldn't be prettier. At least I'll be fascinated by that. That's a pretty cool plant.
It is pretty cool. Well, it's time to get your plant and garden questions answered. 270-9933, the number to call. So, pink pineapple, what do you think?
I think I might pay $49 for a plant, but unlikely for just one single pineapple.
Let's go to the phones. We'll start with Katie in Verona. Hi, Katie. What's your question?
I have a 50-foot arborvitae, and one of the stems.
Go ahead.
One of the stems is rusty colored and dead, and I just want to know if it's okay to cut it off.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take that out. If it's sort of halfway up, just take it to where the discolor is. If it's all the way to the bottom and it's 50 feet, then I would definitely take it off in sections so that you don't want it to split open and damage the rest of the plant.
All right.
All right, very good. Let's go to Louise in Monroe. Hi, Louise. What's your question?
Yes, I brought in a beautiful impatiens plant and put it in my sunroom almost a week ago, and it's daily dropping flowers, and I wondered if there was any trick or something how I can keep it alive, unless maybe impatiens aren't too good to winter over. I've had very good luck with my begonias and with my geraniums, but maybe not impatiens.
Some of the impatiens are really shade lovers, and it might be that your sun porch is a little bit too sunny for it. Also, sometimes I have found, because I have a sunroom on the back of my house, that when that sun comes in there in the mornings, it gets really warm. So that might be causing the wilting. Watch the watering as the days shorten and plants go a little bit dormant. They use less water than you would think, so make sure that you're not overwatering it. And if it is in a really, really sunny spot, pull it back so it's not in the direct sunlight and see if that will help.
All right, let's go to Carrie now in Madison. Hi, Carrie, what's your question?
Hi, we took out all the dead grass in the front of our house and planted lots of plants, which are great, but we have this giant tree on the terrace that's dropping leaves everywhere. And I've read very many mixed articles about whether we should rake up the leaves or keep the sidewalk clean, but leave the leaves on the plant.
What kind of tree is it in your terrace?
Oh, I'm not sure exactly. It was here when we moved in.
Okay, so if it's a tree with smaller leaves,
it's big leaves.
Like an ash, big leaves, especially like if it's a Norway maple that has a sort of jagged, kind of hand-shaped sort of leaf. Norway maple leaves will pack down, and sometimes the packing down gets kind of wet and mildewy and can cause some disease issues with the plants that you have in there. So if it's a maple, I would blow them out or gently rake them out. We have a really cool rake at the garden center by Fisker's, and it's really flexible plastic and kind of a smallish head, and it's good for working around smaller perennials and shrubs to get those leaves out. But if it's a maple, I'd get them out of there.
All right. Okay, and we had Chinese lanterns.
Okay.
In the back.
Mm-hmm.
And came out one day, and all the tops had been eaten off.
Oh, no.
Oh. And is there something specific that loves Chinese lantern plants that we should be prepared for next year?
Not off the top of my head, but if it was like it was pruned off, like there was a really sharp cut, and it was up maybe about 2.5 feet, then that's probably rabbits. If it was kind of mashed and you're in an area where there are deer, then if the stems were kind of torn off, then that would be deer. You'll just have to use a repellent next year. Just remember, mark on your calendar that you'll want to put a repellent down.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's go to Kathy in Janesville. Hi, Kathy. What's your question? Kathy, are you there?
Yes,
Go ahead.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
So I'm just wondering if I got a leaf seed that blew into my yard, and it now the leaf turned into a maple tree, but it's like only 16 to 18 inches high. What do I do with that? Am I better off leaving it outside, or am I better off putting it in the house? What should I do with it? And then with the frost coming, I don't know what to do with it.
Okay, so I didn't hear the first part. You said it was like a seeded-in maple tree?
Yeah, it's a seeded-in maple tree. It's like it grew like 12 to 18 inches high, though, you know?
Yep. So if it's in a spot, you want to leave it outside. Maple trees need a dormancy period. It'll be much happier outside. It will not do well in your house. If it's in a spot where you don't like it, considering that it's probably going to get pretty big, I would wait until spring, and then it'll be pretty easy to move.
Okay. Let's go to Maureen in Sun Prairie. Hi, what's your question?
My question is, I have a Kodiak orange Gervelia, and I'm trying to figure out how I can keep it from flopping. I had pruned it back in the spring, I think, to about 12 inches or fall, and this year it grew up and it still flops.
Okay, so what you want to do in the spring is get yourself a grow-through hoop, and I use them on my peonies, and it's a circle with legs, and then it's got a grid in it. So you put it in the spring before the plant really starts to get growing too much. And then as it gets taller, you can lift it because the stakes will be pretty long. The plant will grow through the openings in the grid and stay contained by the circle, and then it won't flop.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
We don't need floppy plants. All right, Lisa, thank you. Thank you all for calling. Thanks for the pumpkin tips as well.
I'll leave the pumpkins for you.
All right, thanks,
Yay.
Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa. Great to see you.
Good to see you guys, too.
Well, the final check of your forecast coming up.
Get the lowest prices of the season now at Ashley Home Store. Clearance and floor sample furniture is 50% off or more. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices, including clearance. And interest-free financing for up to 4 years. Only at Ashley Home Store.
The pandemic is spreading, and people with pre-existing health conditions are most at risk. But Donald Trump is still trying to repeal protections for people with pre-existing conditions. Joe Biden took on the insurance companies and forced them to cover pre-existing conditions. As president, he'll give Americans the choice to buy public health insurance like Medicare and bring down costs by negotiating with hospitals and drug companies. Joe has a plan. FFPAC's responsible for the content of this ad.
It's A1 Furniture's 41st anniversary sale. Huge selection of name brand mattresses with free white glove delivery on any purchase of $9.99 or more. Plus, get 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. The best deal on a mattress is at A1 Furniture's 41st anniversary sale. On now.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
This election is about building this country back better. And that's what Joe and I will do. We'll create millions of jobs. Bring back critical supply chains so the future is made in America. Build on the Affordable Care Act. Offer caregivers the dignity, the respect, and the pay they deserve. We have a chance to choose a better future for our country.
It's the Quick Ship Mattress Sale of the Season at Ashley Home Store. Get your best night's sleep faster than any other store in Wisconsin and find unbeatable doorbusters like these. Plus, interest-free financing for up to 6 years while they last at Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 5, an investigation is underway in Sauk County after one person is found dead at Devil's Lake State Park. Plus, tomorrow is the last day to submit your census, where the city of Madison is pushing residents to do so. That's tonight at 5.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now.
We have a cloudy sky right now with wind advisories in effect for some of the area, mainly to the south and to the west, with winds expected to pick up later on. If we could bounce over to Max 2 to take a closer look at our current conditions right now. Temperatures are in the upper 60s currently, with our breeze coming from the west-southwest. Overall, those breezes, the wind speeds will continue to pick up into the teens, with wind gusts close to 30 miles per hour for some portions of our area right now.
Bad hair day.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Dana. Tomorrow here on Live Before, Dr. Zorba Pastor has the latest COVID news, and he takes your calls.
And we'll go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in the redesigned Lexus IS compact sports sedan. Cool color, too. I like that color. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
People were afraid I was contagious. I felt gross.
It was kind of a shock after I started Cosentyx. 4 years clear.
Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur. Learn more at Cosentyx.com.
He's our independent voice who answers to no one but us, Todd Novak. Todd Novak is working across the aisle, passing the bipartisan COVID-19 relief bill, helping hospitals and communities get the resources needed to fight the coronavirus. Todd Novak is helping families, small businesses, and farmers as we work to rebuild the economy safely. And Todd Novak led the bipartisan effort to make sure our water is clean and safe for future generations. Our voice, Todd Novak for State Assembly.
Democrats enabled riots across America, even in small towns.
So we just have officers that can only monitor. They can't do anything about it.
Get out of here, okay?
Ma'am, are they actually sitting on or standing on your car?
On my car. And I got a little girl in the car crying. Are you kidding me? This is insane.
Let the police do their jobs. On November 3rd, vote Trump. Restoration PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Joe Biden will make health care affordable. His plan gives a tax credit to help working families pay insurance premiums, lowers prescription costs by 60%, and protects coverage for pre-existing conditions, no matter what. He'll pay for it by getting rid of Donald Trump's tax cuts for the super rich, because Joe knows our economy's strength doesn't come from the top. It comes from working families, and that's who he's fighting for every day.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
In today's Final Touch, summer may be over, but due to the pandemic, it was a long one that many of us will never forget.
An engineer in Idaho took advantage of his time at home to work on a world record. This is Joel Dustin's homemade water park in his backyard in Idaho. He's a mechanical engineering major at BYU, Idaho. Joel and his friends dug up and laid out a homemade slip and slide, and this is his world record attempt, as documented by the local county sheriff's department. He's going for the fastest man ride on a slip and slide for 100 meters category. Didn't know there was one. Joel clocked out at 10.4 seconds on a 2-foot